Hey guys, how's it going? Rich here. I haven't filmed a video in a while because I've had a nasty cold, so I thought I'd show you guys how to wire an amplifier into a Mazda 3 2006. I've done a lot of other videos, but I haven't done that one yet, so I thought I'd give you guys a hand since I've been getting a lot of, messages on my inbox. So, first thing we're going to need to do is, of course, you're going to need a wiring kit, you're going to need an amplifier, and a sub box, and subs. Once you have all this, we can go and start wiring up a kit for you. So, first things first. You need to open up your hood, of course, so we have an access here. And second thing you're going to need to do is go over here to your car and start taking off trim pieces. So, the one that you'll want to pop off is this one. As you can see, it's just a couple hooks. As you can see, this is my wiring. It's just running along the edge here. And then there might be a bolt in here. Mine actually doesn't have that pin or bolt there anymore, so mine just pops out right here. As you can see, we have trim access. Next one we're going to do is go over to this side. This is your passenger side, and you're going to pull this one off. Now the next tricky one, which I don't think this one actually has a pop pin, it just suctions on here. You're going to unpop here, all the way down. Might be easier to start from the bottom. You're just going to pull this off the rubber. And the reason why you do this is so we can get at this. You don't have to pop it completely off if you don't want to, because it is a little bit crazy. As you can see my wiring down there again. And you can leave this one just like this, or pull it right out, it doesn't matter. You just do that. Alright, now that we've gotten rid of that piece, the last but not least, you're going to pop this down. This is the tricky one. There's actually, this one I already popped that out. Let's see if this one's still over here. So, the other thing you're going to need to do is pop out your back seat. All you're going to do is pull up on it a bit. And once you pull up on it, this will come up. And I'll just go around to the other side to pop the last piece. I'd usually just pop everything out, but I thought maybe I'd show you guys how to do this portion too. So just reach under here and pull up like that. And then we pop up. Perfect. Pull this all off over here. Probably best to get rid of this, but since I'm just doing this, I'll lift it up. As you can see, it's just resting against there. So, as you can see, we have access to this piece. Now, you have two things. You can either just run your cords there, or if you pull off this piece, I'll show you a neat little spot. Let's see if I can get this off of here. So we do have one. See right here? Need to pop that tab, these. Make sure you go around here, just make sure you get them all. Once you get them all, it should just fold right out. There's a fold right here, you unfold there, we come up there, do this. And this piece is a tricky one. So, first things first, make sure we break this seal, and you take this off. Perfect. We now have this, and as you can see, all my wires go up and into this hole. And the reason why I go into there is because if you look inside your trunk, if you feel this part back, you will see there it goes. You don't even have to pop this completely off, it's just right there. And it comes, that hole comes out right there. So it brings the wires nicely into your trunk. This I need to put some screws in. Put that back up there. But as you can see, I have my amps wired up there. Now, here's the thing. If you are going to be doing something like this, you'll have your sub box here, you'll have your amp here, and you can start your wiring there. As you can see, I've already got my amp wires up there, and everything's wired up. So from here, this is where you want to start. You're going to bring your positive wire, and you're going to leave it in here, and you can start bringing it around. The other thing to keep in mind, you're going to need a remote wire and the RCAs. And these are going to have to travel all the way to the front, so you might as well do them all at once. I'd tape the tips together and start fishing them through. So, first thing you're going to do once again, RCAs, which is a pair of two. You have your positive wire, and you're gonna have a remote wire. The reason why I'm not including the ground wire right now is you're gonna just use that to do this stuff in here, and I'm gonna teach you some things about grounds first. Second off, my bad thing is I put my fuse over here. I'm gonna be putting another one up at the battery, because what you want is you want your fuse by your battery, so if for some reason your power wire gets cut and it shorts on the body, it doesn't blow your battery. So we're going to be if I were you, I would put your fuse up by your battery. I'll show you exactly where. So let's go up there. So now that we have everything undone, as you can see, all our trim pieces are popped out. If you have an automatic Mazda, here's the coolest thing. I don't know if I'll be able to show you up in there. Yes, I can. See that? That's a clutch plate. You can drill through that and put your power wire through it. If not, look on both sides and check. You can drill through the firewall. Just be careful. You don't want to drill into the side of your engine or something. Usually if you buy a kit, it will come with a grommet. Make sure you pop that grommet in. Okay? And other than that, so you're going to put your power wire through there with your RCAs. As you can see, I went up and along in there, because you're going to want to bring the RCAs and remote wire and wire them in with your deck. Depending on which deck, they're all usually a one blue wire that comes off of the wiring harness for your deck. You're going to connect that, and then your deck should have RCAs on the back end, which you can plug them in. And once again, you're just going to go along here, find the best route without restricting any of the moving parts. You just want to be careful with me. Like I said, I went up and in there, and I found this part right here, which doesn't move at all. I just follow along it. Alright? So, from there, let's go to the front. Now, so once we're through here, as you can see, there's my clutch plate in there. That's where my power wire comes through. Now, right here is where you would like to mount your fuse. Mount your fuse right here, which I'm going to be doing. Put the fuse here onto there. Now, I don't know if my Mazda only comes with this, as I bought my Mazda used, but it came with this 3-port, which was awesome because I was able to put my power wires on here. This is power wire right here is for my other amp. That's for the door speakers. So that's for my 4-channel. Now, this is where I'm going to go into grounds with you. So let's actually stop right there for a sec. From this point now, you should have your RCAs, your remote wire, all done now, and your positive wire should be here. From this point, you're going to start doing your grounds. So, first things first, as you can see here, I've actually, with my leftover ground wire, I've done a new ground to the chassis. And then from here, if you look, I ran another ground wire, and I mounted it right here. What this does is it gives you a way better ground for your battery, because remember, when your car was built, it wasn't meant for this amplifier. So you're just increasing your grounds for a better ground and end result. At one point, now these are just 2 of them. The next big one you can do is if you get a bigger alternator, you can put a new positive wire from your alternator to up here, and a new ground wire from here, or from your alternator to up here also. That's known as the big 3. This gives you a better ground and allows you for better charging of your battery. Alright, now, last but not least, the ground spot, and that will be back here. Remember, I believe I did mine just off of one of the loops back here. If not, I will check and see, unless I put a new one in, which is quite possible. Let's go around the front. Alright, so for ground wire, as you can see, there's this hook for your seatbelt. I sanded it off, or not for your seatbelt actually, it's for the clamp for your seat. I've sanded it off and I put it right here. This is where is a good spot for the ground coming right from your amplifier. Now, biggest thing is Make sure before you attach your positive wire on your amplifiers, of course, make sure you have your ground all set up, because you do not want to not have a ground on there when you're doing it, and you don't want them to touch, of course, while you are wiring it to the battery, because you don't want a big boom, and that's what the fuse is for. Alright, so once again, follow your amp. It should come with instructions. Make sure you put in first the ground, then your positive, and then from there put in your RCAs and your speaker wires. And also, just quick thing, make sure you go over the settings with your subwoofer. It'll probably have a gain. It might have a high pass or low pass. Make sure that you set that at around 80. You know, play with it. Go with what sounds good to you. Everyone has a different sound, and if you're putting in a 4-channel amp, it's a lot different. I'm not going to really go into that, because you have to run wires all the way from your deck to here just so you can make this work, because you're going to have to rerun speaker wire and whatnot. It's a much more challenging process. Other than that, I hope this video helps you. Any more tips and tricks, feel free to ask. Alright, thanks again. Ghost out.